Alright guys, so on these spark plugs, first thing you're going to do is remove the air box. There's a tube here, you just pull, this comes off by its own, and then there's 1, 2, 3 of these Torx bolts, the shorter ones. These 3 bigger ones are going to be for your intercooler. So there's going to be 1 here, 1 there, and then 1 behind over there. Just take a strap, lift it up out of your way. Next thing you're going to do is remove this piece right here. All it does is it holds in that pipe for the turbo, which is right here. So it goes like that. So once you remove it, you can just remove this. I mark it just so I know what bolts go where. And then there's a couple clamps you remove. For the clamps, I'm using a 7 millimeter. And then the Torx is going to be you're going to get one of these stubby ratchets, and it's going to be E10 Torx. All right, so when you've removed all the E10 Torx, what you're gonna do is take a flathead screwdriver and you're gonna start prying at the front carefully here, and then right in between these guys here, you're gonna go slowly here, and here, then here, then here, and then you're gonna go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you're gonna go very, very slowly. So just a little bit at a time, because what the point is here is to get this coil pack to slide out perfectly like this, not like this, not like that, not bent, but perfectly. You want to get it to slide out, and eventually you're going to be able to use your hands to move it out of the way. You don't have to remove this pipe, just lift it up a little bit, and you're actually gonna take it out this way. So I can't videotape that at the same time for you, but I'll show you in a second. So here's the actual ignition coil, driver's side. It's going to be, I believe it's cylinders 7 through 12 on this side. I believe it's bank 2. So you're going to end up with some of these insulators getting stuck inside the cylinder. So what you're going to want to do is just get a little pick or a long needle nose pliers and just get those out. So that you can easily get the spark plugs out of the way. But the problem with these is, you see how this moves right here? Like I'm moving this one. See how it moves a little bit? You got to be very careful, because if you move these too much, when you're taking this ignition coil out, you'll break the contact points underneath this black plastic piece, and then you'll have misfire codes. And then obviously this is like, I think 1,400 for one. So, you know, $3,000 for 2 coil packs. So just be very careful, and take your time. So here's the first plug out. It's gonna be cylinder 7, which is right there. You see it? All you do is you take a magnetic 5/8. And then what I like to do is loosen them with the ratchet, and then take a long extension and use a drill to get them out the rest of the way. So then that way you don't have to keep turning the ratchet all the time. Hey guys, real quick on these insulators, by the way, here's the part number for you. To get them out, what I do is you take a screwdriver and literally like wedge it in. I'll show you right here. So if this is it, you wedge the screwdriver in past the spark plug and then spray some penetrating oil in there and then let it soak for a little bit, and then you could take needle nose pliers and hook onto it, and hopefully it will come out just like that. Because what happens is they're dry, and if you don't lubricate them, you'll just break them up into a bunch of pieces like that. For these last cylinder 12, go ahead and remove these two Torx bolts and just move this bracket off to the side so you can get access to those two plugs right there. Further ones by the firewall. And then if you have an insulator that gets stuck in one of these, just take lubricant, spray it in there, and then grab it like this and twist it like that way, and it'll actually, you'll be able to take it out. These insulators, by the way, they go in like this. The thicker part goes inside. You just press it in and then just make sure they're all even, and a plug will perfectly get, once you press this down, it'll perfectly seat like that. So you're gonna want to put some dielectric grease around here so that it goes in nice and easy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, and last thing is, when you're putting the coil pack back, guys, you're gonna go under this harness, under this tube, okay? Stand on this side and put one hand here, and like maneuver it in. It's gonna go like down and over. Also, you're gonna wanna have all of them go in at the same time. Okay, you don't wanna have it be like going in like this or any kind of crooked way. So just be very gentle with it, and just press on both sides here and here so that it goes in perfectly even. And the last step before you put the air box back in is you're gonna put this pipe in first and then tighten that bracket, and then you're gonna put the air to water intercooler inside this clamp, tighten that, and then tighten that as well. And then there's 3 bolts, one there, one here, and one right there. They're all E10s, which are right there. The only difference on this side, guys, is you're gonna have this vacuum hose. You just disconnect it right here, and then you could just put it down over here. So it's just like this. You don't even have to take this crimp off. You can see, it doesn't focus. Right there. And then just tuck it down behind, out of your way, and then this harness you can just move out of the way this way so that you can lift up and out. And then you could use if you have air tools, it's easier.